Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? You know, I got to talk to y'all, man. So, I don't know if I'm going to take calls because I really want to get in and get out. Let me shout out some folks right quick. Dirty Mac was good. Uncle Guns, Renee P, Chills Luciano. Let me plug the joint right quick. Why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it? You know, I had some consultations lately. Corey, what's good, fam? I had some consultations lately, and you know, I've been talking to my fellas, man, and this been on my heart. This been on my conscience, and I really been thinking about how people are moving, how men are moving. But this drop is really for the benefit of both men and women. Vasily. Now, it's Steve's birthday today. So, you know, Steve is with, you know, his peoples. You know what I'm saying? He's celebrating being an elderly man today. You know what I'm saying? He's finally a senior citizen. So, you know, he's celebrating that. You know, shout out to him. I'm definitely going to get that ARP card. You know what I'm saying? Steve, if you see this, you know, let me get that so I can get them discounts, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Steve gets senior discounts at Denny's and IHOP now. So, you know, I'm definitely trying to see if I can get a little piece of that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, real quick, again, why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it? I'm gonna let a couple more people fall up in here, and we gonna talk about it. Ray Black, I gotta, hey. You know, Steve be roasted behind the scenes. Real quick, we have a group Instagram chat, the Real Game No Theory panel. We all converse on IG. It's a little joint behind the scenes. He be talking mad shit, and on Facebook he be talking mad shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, every chance I get, I'm gonna get his ass back. What up, Steve? Happy birthday, homie. So Ray Blast, Vasily, 4 Visitor R4 or 4 Visitor 4. Damien, what's good? Zoramina, what's up? So, I'm not showing no videos, none of that. We don't need no props today. I'm just gonna have a real fucking conversation with y'all. Men, women, and y'all can conversate amongst each other in the chat. We just gonna have a candid conversation about some shit. Why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it? You know, one of the things that myself and every single guy from the Real Game No Theory podcast, and even other guys that we fuck with that aren't a part of that, one of the things that we preach is consistency. You know, even when we talk about definition of a man, shout out to Miles and Lucario for bringing that documentary to life. Consistency. And I'm going to tell you, in every aspect of life, if you're not consistent, you're going to feel the problems that you're going to encounter with the lack of consistency. And when it comes to dealing with women, if you want to create problems in your life, drama in your life, undue stress in your life, be consistent and see what happens. Why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it? So on the thumbnail, I have the caption, setting the tone from day one. You know, there is a saying, it didn't come from me, but there is a saying, how you start is how you finish. So let me, ladies, give me a second. Let me just talk to the fellas right quick. The women already know this, but when I say it, women are gonna know it. Guys, how you get the woman, and listen to me, how you get the woman, whatever it is that attracted her to you from the very beginning, you have to maintain that. Okay, you have to maintain whatever it is. If there were 20 things that attracted her to you, them 20 things better be present after 1 year, after 5 years, after 10 years. This is why I tell you guys, Be careful of what you introduce to women. I'm not telling you not to be romantic. There's nothing wrong with being romantic, being passionate, having intimate dealings with women in and out of the bedroom. All of that shit is cool. I ain't got no problem with none of that. But once you get women used to that shit, but you know what? I'll sum it up like this. It's like an attraction package, right? If you get memberships, like they have, gold memberships, platinum memberships, depending on what membership you get, there's a package within that membership. The higher you go, there's more things added to that package. So you can look at dealing with women like that, an attraction package. So you can meet a woman and she can be attracted to this one or two things. Then you introduce other shit. Now she's attracted to the third, the fourth, and the fifth thing. There's multiple things, just layers of attraction, levels to it even. So the more shit you add, the more on point you gotta be as a man. This is why we tell you guys, dealing with women in relationship capacities and being married and having families and all of that, do you know how much game you have to manage a long-term relationship with a woman? To manage a marriage, to manage a home, a family. You know, because you got to be on point. There are no days off. It's 25/8, 366. There are no days off as a man. There just isn't. Women can take naps. We can't. Being a man is a thankless job. Now, here's the thing though. You shouldn't be dealing with no women that don't appreciate you though. But it's still a thankless job nonetheless. Okay, hold on. Let me get to this. Dirty Mac with the 199. Yeah, bro, I got to talk about it. So let me give you guys a little background of why I'm talking about this, right? So, one of the things that I talk about, not only, here with you guys, but behind the scenes when I do consultations, you have some guys, they want to date casually. They're not really looking for relationships right now. Some of them, they want to be married. They want to have, long-term relationships and families at some point. But maybe right now, because they're young, in their 20s, early 30s, they're not looking for that. They're looking just to date casually and have fun, right? Then you have other guys that I talk to behind the scenes that are actually in relationships. Some of them are married even, right? Now, the common theme that I'm seeing with guys that are struggling with women. Now listen to what I'm about to say. Attracting women is not hard. Okay, some of you guys are gonna be like, bullshit. No. Attracting women is not hard. Maintaining the momentum of attraction over an extended period of time is hard. Okay, let me say that shit again. Attracting women is not hard. Maintaining the momentum of that attraction over an extended period of time is hard. So when you talk about dealing with a woman who's attracted to you, you can easily lose the momentum of attraction in 24 hours. Y'all don't hear me though. You can meet a woman on Wednesday who's attracted to you. By Thursday, she ain't no more, right? Or you can meet a woman 6 months later. She ain't feeling it. A year later, 5 years later. The momentum of attraction, keeping a woman attracted to you over an extended period of time is not easy. Part of that is consistency. Let me tell y'all a story right quick. My ex-wife, shout out to her. We have children together, so I talked to her today. But shout out to her. She told me when we very first started dating, she told me she had this boyfriend. Now, when I met her, she was like 28 years old or something like that. So the boyfriend she was talking about was when she was like 20, 21 in college. So actually, maybe a little bit older than that, right? Right around there, right? It doesn't matter. She told me that when they first met, that he would take her out, he would take her to the movies, he would take her out to eat, and he would do this on a consistent, regular basis. In the beginning, in the early stages, as soon as they got into a relationship, he stopped, like everything, right? And she told me that she talked to him about it. And now this is what she told me. I wasn't there. I can't verify it. But she told me that he told her, yeah, I don't feel a need to take you out and do anything anymore because I got you. Now, guys, we were all young. Some of you are still that age, right? And that's the mind of a young man, 20, 21, 22, college age. When you think about it, that shit don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to say, I got you now. I don't need to do that shit I was doing in the beginning to get you. I can stop now. So the mind of us, talking about us men, I'm including myself in this category. There was a time when I was very inconsistent and I created problems for myself with women, right? So for us to believe, okay, and women too, okay, whatever they did to kind of win us over, they got to be consistent with that shit too. But it starts with us. It starts with us setting the tone though. Women don't set the tone. We set the tone. Okay, I need you guys to understand. Women don't set the tone. We set the tone, right? So the thought process of I can do X, Y, Z to get you to fuck with me, and once I got you in place, I can stop, and you're still gonna want to fuck with me? Come on, man. This shit don't fucking work. Not like that, right? So here's the thing. So I'm gonna start from the bottom level and work my way up. Real quick, when I say bottom level, I'm talking about sex or sexual relationships, fuck buddy. Then I'm gonna work my way up to relationships and even marriage. So give me a second. Guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat followed by your question. Renee, I'm eating these sweet tarts. You know that's pink, right, girl? You know, thinking about you. I'm letting you know. But anyway, so why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it. So even with casual sex, right? Having sex once or twice, that's not a big deal. But for you and a woman to establish a casual sex relationship or a fuck buddy relationship over time, where she actually wants to keep coming back, you got to have consistency with that. You got to be consistent just with that. You got to be consistent with the timing of when you set shit up. You got to be consistent with your performance when it comes to the sex, all of that, right? Now, here's the mistake that a lot of guys make. A lot of guys, most guys, because all of us are imperfect. Most guys make this mistake. Guys, a fuck buddy relationship. That's exactly what it is. Fuck buddy. Not cuddy buddy. Not shower buddy. Right? Not spend the night buddy. Not watch TV and chill buddy. Fuck buddy. So what I hear a lot of is guys say, I'm not looking for a relationship, Zach. I'm not looking for nothing serious, Zach. All I want to do is meet a woman I'm attracted to, she's attracted to me, and we can have sex on a regular basis. Once a week, a couple times a month, whatever it is. Cool. There are women out here that are down for that. Cool. Then I hear guys say, man, I'm having problems with this chick. Yeah, I met her like a month ago, and all we've been doing is fucking, but she's bugging me about a relationship. And I tell them, oh, really? all you've been doing is fucking, huh? You ain't been doing nothing else, huh? You just been fucking? So let me say this. If y'all recall, what was, I think it was Saturday, last Saturday. Was it this Saturday? Yeah, this past Saturday. I believe it was Saturday. You know, some of y'all might remember the call. I might be wrong. There was a guy who called in, and that's what he said. He said, man, I got a fuck buddy scenario, and, you know, the girl tripping, you know, she's kind of tripping about what are we and all this. Let me just say this before I get into that. Guys, if you're consistent and you're actually managing and leading the situation right with women, there should never be a scenario where you and a woman are having consistent back and forth about what she is to you or what role she is in your life or whatever. That should never happen. Now, if she mentions it once, there's no issue with that. That happens. But if she's bringing this shit up every couple of weeks, once a month, and y'all are always having this back and forth, that means you're doing something in the interaction where you're being inconsistent, right? So when I say why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it. Now, so this guy calls in and he says he's having issues. And he said out of his own mouth, when we first met, we were having sex once every 2 weeks, basically twice a month. Right? Now, let me stop. Let me tell you guys this. If you're having sex twice a month with a woman, you don't really have to break anything down to her. If a woman is only seeing you twice in 30 days, she understands that you don't want anything serious with her. And the reason why she understands that is the frequency that she sees you. And the fact that when you guys get together, you're fucking, that's it. You don't got to break shit down to her if you see her once every 2 weeks. She understands the assignment. Here is where the lines start to get blurred, right? Here's where you start to create problems for yourself, right? He went on to say that he went from once every 2 weeks to 3 or 4 times a week. Guys, I don't care what nobody says. When you're spending 3 or 4 times a week with a woman, many women are going to think that what you guys got going on is more than just fucking. Then he went on to say, during those 3 or 4 days, all they're doing is just having sex. And I'm like, really now? 3 or 4 days a week, and you're just having sex. That's it. You don't talk to her about nothing else. You don't lay around with her. You don't do nothing. You just fuck. That's it, right? So then he went on to say that he spends 5 hours at a time. He said from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Guys, that's not no fuck buddy shit. 5 hours? Guys, when you spend that kind of time with somebody, 3 or 4 days a week, for a couple of months, somebody's catching feelings. I don't give a damn how tough you think you are, how emotionally unavailable you try to be. 3 or 4 days a week, 5 hours at a clip, somebody's catching feelings, right? So you mean to tell me 5 hours, you're just fucking for 5 hours straight? No, you're not. Yeah, you might be taking breaks in between rounds, but what are you doing in between rounds? Now, I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm about to say next. What are you doing in between rounds? You're fucking talking. You're laying in the bed talking. Or you're eating something together. So you're talking. Or maybe you watch a movie or a TV show right quick and you get right back to it. But you're talking. So what you're doing is you're interjecting non-sexual intimacy and non-sexual time and attention into the equation. That's not no fuck buddy situation anymore. You've blurred the lines. And this is the mistake that guys make. And I need y'all to listen. Telling women, I don't want nothing serious. I'm not looking for a relationship. And then spending time with her like that. Taking showers together. Spending the night, sharing meals. Women do not listen to what you say. They pay attention to what you do, your actions. Why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it. Then what happens is the woman starts to kind of get at you a little bit. What are we doing here? And you're like, I done already told this girl what it is. Bro, you need to change what you're doing. You need to stop. Now, and this is where guys run into problems. They're like, okay. So maybe I need to cut 3 or 4 days a week down to 1 day a week. Maybe instead of spending 5 hours a day or a clip, maybe I need to cut it down to 30, 45 minutes. I'm like, yeah. And then I tell him, you know what's going to happen though? What's going to happen? She going to throw a fit. That's what's going to happen. So you think you're going to go from 3 or 4 days a week to 5 hours at a clip to 1 day a week to 30, 45 minutes at a clip, and she ain't going to say nothing to you? Yes, you will. And what's going to happen inevitably is she's going to get tired of your inconsistency and she's going to bounce. Or you're going to get tired of her in your ear about the shit and you going to bounce. Why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it. Now, let me say this real quick. I don't want people to get it misconstrued. If you're dealing with a woman and you guys are just seeing each other casually and you actually start to kind of like her a little bit, right? And you don't mind dating her and doing things with her and watching movies together and sharing meals together, and you want to introduce that shit, cool. But make sure that you sprinkle her with it. Don't do a whole bunch of shit at one time. No. Sprinkle her. Under promise and over deliver. Under promise and over deliver. Don't do a whole bunch of shit at one time because women get spoiled. Guys, women, no disrespect, but y'all are like children. Okay? In this sense, women are like, hold on, what the fuck are you talking about? Women are like children in this sense. But any of you that got kids or nieces or nephews or whatever, all you got to do is do something for them 2-3 times. And they're spoiled. Give your child a box of these for breakfast one day. Give your child a box of these right when they wake up in the morning. Here you go, give them a box. Do it twice. Do it 2 days in a row. And then on the third day, you try to give them some bacon and eggs or something and watch how they respond to it. Watch. Just watch how they respond. Do this 2 days in a row. And then give them some real food for breakfast the third day and see what happens. Women are kind of like the same way. They get used to shit. But more importantly, earlier, I talked about an attraction package, if you will. So this is what I mean by that. If I meet a woman and we start having sex, and it's just sex, nothing else, we don't spend no time together doing non-sexual shit. The only time we talk on the phone is to set up a sexual rendezvous. The only time we text is to set up a sexual rendezvous. When we link up, all we do is fuck. That's it. I don't talk about my personal life or my dreams and aspirations. She doesn't either. We fuck, we part ways. Right? In all likelihood, that's gonna lessen the possibility that she catches feelings. It doesn't guarantee that she won't, but it lessens the likelihood drastically, especially if I'm consistent. Now, so if a woman is gonna have sex with me, it's gonna be because she's sexually attracted to me, right? That's the attraction. It could be physical, but sexual attraction. Now, once we have sex and she likes it and she wants to do it more and more, that's another level of attraction. That's another level to it. Now, if I start giving her insights into my personal life and I start sharing things with her, she can start to like me beyond just sex. That's where the emotional bond and the emotional connection begin to come from. It's the non-sexual shit that you introduce. So now her attraction for me is deeper than just sex. It's more meaningful than just sex. So now, months later, if I start pulling back the non-sexual intimacy that I introduced, if I stop letting her spend the night, if I stop spending time with her, talking to her about things that mean something to me, that's gonna impact her attraction for me. It's going to change the fucking dynamic of the relationship. Now, bear in mind, when we were just fucking and then I introduced non-sexual shit, that changed the dynamic of the relationship. Because now it's not no fuck buddy shit, it's something else. Now we're dating. So if I go and take that shit back and try to go back to the fuck buddy shit, most women ain't having it. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm not saying it's impossible where you can demote a chick and be like, nah, she tripping. You know, I don't like the way she acting. Okay, you're going back to the basement. We just fucking now. Okay, there might be some women that might, you know, stick around, you know, but if they do, it's going to be a combination of you're really, really good in bed. It don't mean they won't be pissed off at you, but you're probably really, really good in bed, and because they like you like they do, they kind of holding on to the hopes that they can get back to what you are taking away. But even then, you're going to have a battle in your hands. The woman is going to be in your fucking ear, right? I'm just letting you know. So real quick, let me throw this up there. Yeah, the homie said, okay, real quick, guys, October 26th in Miami, go to Eventbrite. At least go check it out. Click the link. You're not obligated to purchase anything. Just go check it out. Now, if you do got some bread and you got some free time, some vacation time or whatever it is, by all means, get your asses to Miami. We're going to have some fun. So the homie said 5 hours, right? Now, if you're spending 5 hours with your girlfriend, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But 5 hours with a woman that you claim you don't want a relationship with, 5 hours with a woman where you claim, oh, we doing this just fucking, it becomes something else. Let me tell y'all a quick story. So I have a son, right? My eldest son. He's 25. My eldest son is 25 years old, right? So he's, some of y'all probably his age, right? So when he was like 20, I want to say he's about 20 years old, he had a friend, and his friend had his own apartment and all that other shit. So my son, the friend who had his own crib, and some other friend, they would hang out. They would go out, they would go, you know, clubs and all that other shit, parties. And because that particular friend was the only one that had his own spot, they would kind of congregate at his spot. So there was a young lady. Right now, the guy who had his own spot, there was a young lady he was dealing with that was supposedly a virgin, right? And I'm telling you she's a virgin because it goes with the story, right? I'm not just saying it just because. So there was a young lady that he was dealing with that was supposedly a virgin, right? So they liked each other, right? So they had, you know, started getting to the point where it was clear that they were sexually attracted to each other. So the guy, now this is something that my son told me. I was not there, so I can't confirm nothing, right? So he goes on to say that his friend was telling the young lady, hey man, I ain't looking for no relationship. I ain't looking for no relationship. This is just gonna be some fun shit. Now, bear in mind, they're young. They're 19, 20, 21-year-old kids, basically, right? So I understand it, because here's the thing. As men, we have been guilty, or we are guilty of doing things inadvertently without understanding the ramifications of it, right? And a lot of young dudes or inexperienced dudes, you do shit inadvertently without understanding the drama you're about to create for yourself. But once you see the mess you've made of things, that's when you got to catch a clue and switch up what you do, right? So they start having sex, right? So what ended up happening was he would let this woman spend the night. So there would be times where the fellas, the homies, including my son, they would all go out, go to a club or a party or whatever. They would come back and he would call old girl up on some booty call type shit. He would call her up like, man, you know, I ain't pulling nothing tonight. Oh, I know old girl with it. Let me call her up and see if she want to come over. So so my son and maybe one or two other homies would be in the living room playing video games or whatever. He would call the girl up. She would go to the bedroom and they would do what they do. He would let her spend the night, which is the no-no. If all you're doing is fuck buddy shit, no spending the night with each other, right? So then she would spend the night and she would wake up in the morning and cook breakfast for everybody, right? I know y'all thinking that's some cool shit. Young dudes think that's some cool shit. I called the babe up in the middle of the night for some ass. She woke up in the morning and cooked all me and my homies some breakfast. And they probably high-fiving them. Man, yeah, man, you got to be on that shit. Okay, it sound good, right? So what ended up happening was him and the girl would get into arguments about her feeling like she was being used. Now, some of you might be like, man, she put herself in that predicament. True indeed. She could have walked away anytime that she wanted. But what did I tell y'all? As men, we set the tone from the beginning, right? You don't want to create drama in your life unnecessarily. So what ended up happening was, after they started having, you know, sex and she started spending the night, when they would go out to parties and clubs, she would see him talking to other girls and she would fight the girls. She would fight the girls and she would literally tell the girls, get away from him, he's my man and all this other shit. And they didn't understand, the youngins, the puppies, the young lads didn't understand. The guy, bro, that's your fault. As silly as a young lady is for fighting, bro, you could have prevented all of that. You're the man in a situation. And a lot of guys, they're not going to take any ownership of that. You're the man in the situation. You could have prevented all of that, right? By leading and managing a situation and not blurring the lines between fuck buddy and then something else. Women spend the night cooking breakfast for you, bro. Y'all are dating. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care what you're dating. That's how she is going to look at it. Now, understand me. You might not look at it like you're dating. She's going to look at it like that. She is going to look at it like that. So if you want the woman to be on the same page as you, make sure that what you tell her you want or don't want, that it matches what you're actually doing. See, if you're consistent with what you're doing and what you're saying, a woman has nothing to complain about. Okay? Even if she starts to catch feelings, she really can't complain about it, because if she's a sensible woman with some sense and she's not emotionally immature, even if she does come to you and you be like, you know what, Harry, I know what I signed up for. You told me what it was, but I'm catching feelings for it. And I've had women come to me and tell me that. I know what I signed up for. I know what it is, but I just want you to know, I think I'm falling for you. Like, I've literally had women say that line, I think I'm falling for you. And my thing to them was, all right, well, as long as you know what it is, because how shit is right now is how shit gonna stay, right? And the majority of the women that came to me and said that I'm falling for you, they didn't go nowhere. At least at that moment, they didn't go nowhere. They stayed right there. But I never had no issues. That was literally the first and last conversation I had with them about how they were feeling, right? So for you guys that encounter situations where all you want is sex, quote unquote, you're not looking for nothing serious, quote unquote, the first time a woman comes to you and starts telling you, what is this that we're doing? What am I to you? Da, 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 da. You need to take a step back and ask yourself this question. Am I doing anything to give her the misleading impression that she can get more from me than I'm willing to give her? Am I doing anything that's making her feel some type of way? And if the answer is yes, then you need to chill and fall back from that shit that you're doing. Now, here's the thing though, and this is what guys don't want to do. This is what, and I run into this when I do consultations, I run into this all the time. And the first thing I tell the guys is, you don't want to lose access to the pussy, do you? Oh no, man, I don't, man. That's, man, I want to keep fucking her, dog. I want to keep fucking her, Zach. And I'm like, bro, it's just a matter of time before it ends. And right before it ends, she's gonna give you hell all the way up until the point where it ends. Shout out to Lucario. Shout out to the homie right there, because he be saying some shit that be sticking with me. He said, sometimes you gotta charge a woman because you fucked up. Sometimes you gotta get rid of a woman because you fucked up. But that's where the discipline comes in, where you say to yourself, man, I like having sex with her. Man, damn. But she's causing me drama and shit. So if I try and take away the non-sexual shit I introduced, it's gonna cause me more drama. So I just gotta cut bait with her now and leave her alone. Most guys ain't gonna do that. Most guys ain't gonna do that. And this is another thing that guys do, and they won't admit this. Guys like, and women already know this. Guys like the feeling of having a woman fall for them. Guys like the feeling of a woman loving on them a little bit. When I say loving on them, I don't mean like in love and all that other shit. I mean, they love the feeling of a woman just being up all on them like she a girlfriend. They like the girlfriend experience. Like, that's what I'm searching for. They like the girlfriend experience. They like the feeling of having a girlfriend without the girlfriend. And that's gonna cause problems for you. Why maintaining your relationship is harder than getting it? Now, let me say this real quick. Guys, if y'all got a question, put a Q in the chat. I'm not gonna be here that long, man. So y'all better come around. Y'all better come with it real quick. I see some questions. I'm setting them to the side. Oh, Metabasi with the 5. Thank you for saving lives this Wednesday. Appreciate the game. And for some of you who asked, no pineapple show today. You know, we talked about that yesterday. No pineapple show today. It's Steve's birthday today. He's with his peoples. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, celebrating another day of life, or another year of life. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Hey, real quick, where my homies at? I know I saw y'all. Hold on real quick. Shout out to Twin Nation. Y'all go to Facebook. They got a Facebook joint. Y'all and check them out on YouTube too and IG. They're twins. They dance, right? They dance. They do shows. I believe they got classes. I think they're out of North Carolina, right? And if y'all still watching Twins, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they out of North Carolina. But y'all go check them out. Dope. They have some dope videos. You know, shout out to those brothers. Shout out to them, right? And also, where the homie at? I saw you, bro. I'm gonna get to you. I saw your name up in here. I saw you, Ed. Just let me slide over there where your name is at, man. Give me a second, bro. I saw you. Where the homie at, man? God damn it, Ed, bro. Hold on, let me bring his name. I got all the homies that got YouTube channels. I got to make sure to shout them out. Ed, I'm looking for your name, bro. I just saw the shit. Y'all give me a second. I got to find. Again, if y'all got a question, please put a Q in the chat. Also, like the video. Hold on, Ed, bro. I just saw the fucking name, brother. I saw your name. Man, if I can't find it, man. Ed Hef or F. I don't know, but it's Ed. Oh, it's Ed Zone. He got an Ed Zone. So it's Ed EFF on Facebook, I believe. Ed Zone. So Ed Zone, he has books and he has merchandise. Bro, I met the brother in New York. You know, when we did the Game Kings Definition of Man seminar in New York, I met the brother in New York. Airzone, that's a good brother right there. So y'all go check him out on Facebook too. I don't know if he got an IG or not, but that's a good brother too. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good dudes up in here. And also, where my other partner at? Boxing Plug Dave, bro. I think I saw you up in here. I believe I did. You know what I'm saying? But Boxing Plug Dave, he does thumbnails and he does other things. He check out his IG and Facebook too. You know what I'm saying? We got brothers in here that's doing some things and shit. Oh, you was there? You was there? Yeah. That was a dope experience, right? So real quick. So let me get to these questions right quick, and then we can get back into this. So he made a statement. Along with being a man, my father always said being a father and a husband is it's a thankless job. It's a thankless job. It really is. But as a man, you shouldn't feel no type of way about that because here's the thing. One of my favorite words is deference. Oh, really? I got it now. Now I got to plug this shit. One of my favorite words is deference, and I'm gonna get to it. I just saw this shit. Can't find shit today. Humble submission and respect. See, I don't need for a woman to tell me she needs me. I don't need a woman to even tell me that she loves me. I don't need words of affirmation. I really don't. I'm not saying that I don't appreciate them. I have no problem with women saying, loving things to me. I'll eat it up. I love it too. But I don't require it. I don't need it. What I do require, though, is humble submission and respect. See, when a woman is actually showing me that she sees the value in me, and then she's reciprocating that value, that's all I need. That's all I need. I'm good. That's all I need. I don't need a whole bunch of shit. I don't need a bunch of validation and all that other shit. That's just me personally. Y'all might need more. I don't. So J-Bone93 is having a program and dating a woman on my terms the same thing. J-Bone, bro, how long you been listening to us? I can't believe you've been asking me that question. No, bro, it's all interconnected. It's all intertwined. Having a program is you having a structured way of life. You having structure in your life. The average man don't have no structure. Okay, just because you got a job and you got a roof over your head and you pay bills, that doesn't mean that you have structure in your life. It don't mean that. Yeah, you might be taking care of your responsibilities, but that's called being an adult. That's called being an adult. There's nothing special about having a job and having a roof over your head and paying your bills. You're supposed to do that. But having a structured way that you live your life, having principles, having standards, having a certain way that you do things and you never deviate from that. For nobody, for no woman, for your no, you don't change nothing. You don't move nothing. You're not flexible with nothing. This is the way I live my life. I have a very structured way I live. And when I invite women into my life, they're going to be part of the structure. I'm not going to alter the structure or change the structure to fit them in. No, this is how I'm living. Either you're going to go with the flow of what I got going on, or you're not. Because a woman who wants you to come in, a woman who wants to come into your life, and she wants you to make accommodations or concessions, or for you to be flexible so she will like it more, that's her going against the grain of what you got going on. No, baby, going against the grain is a fucking disruption to me. I'm gonna need you to go with the flow. It's kind of like a moving train, right? You know, if you know anything about hobos that ride trains, a train ain't gonna stop for the hobo. You know what I'm saying? You gotta run alongside that motherfucker and hop on as it's picking up steam. It ain't gonna stop for you. That's exactly how I look at my life. Baby girl, the train is moving. It's going slow enough for you to jump on. It's still moving, it's never stopping. But right now, I'm going at a speed where you can hop on this ride if you want. If you wait too long, it's gonna pick up steam and you're gonna miss your opportunity, right? And that's exactly how I look at that shit. Hold on real quick. Did a homie just come up in here? Yo, man, what up, Steve? Yo, get the lights up, support my dog. But fuck the 49ers and they fans. You see, Steve must have heard me talking shit about him. You know what I'm saying? His ears must have been burning and shit. It must have been an ear with the with the hearing aid in it and shit. You know what I'm saying? My Steve ain't got no hearing aid. That's the homie though, right there. That's the homie right there. Shout out to that brother. Right. So let me move that. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Let me move that out the way. Let me get that out the way. Hold on, real quick. Let me make sure I don't miss any questions. Happy birthday, Steve. If you're still watching, happy birthday, homie. Yeah, y'all. Twin Nation right there. Fuck with the homies. Fuck with the homies. Oh, this brother right here too. Walking His Ways Impact Voice Podcast. He got a YouTube joint. The brother is not getting the views that he deserves. And I say deserve, right? Nobody's entitled to anything, but when you put in the work and you got great information and you got a dope platform, that shit deserves some eyes and some ears. So y'all go check him out. Also, he got a Facebook joint by the same name, YouTube by the same name. He has a variety of guests on his joint. So y'all go check that. Man, go check that boy out. Go check him out. Y'all go check him out. You know what I'm saying? There's guys in here that's really doing some things behind the scenes. So go check him out. So real quick, there's some more questions I want to get at. I ain't forgot y'all. Real quick, hold on real quick. You know what? But before I do that, let me get back to this. Okay. So this is what I want to say, and I want to be clear, right? I want to provide some clarity. I don't like explaining myself to people, and I don't like repeating myself when I make myself clear, but I like to provide clarity just to squash up any confusion. When I talk about dealing with women strictly on my terms, right? It's not about being a male chauvinist. It's not about I'm a man, you're the woman, let me keep my foot on your neck. It's not about none of that, right? See, a guy who is possessive, controlling, super jealous, insecure, and mistreats women, he might say the same thing. Oh, I'm only going to deal with women on my terms. But he expects a woman to come into his life and just be shitted on the whole time. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not shitting on no woman, right? So for me, I'm transparent. I don't lie to women. I don't mislead them. I don't manipulate. I don't deceive them. Period. Right? So when I say dealing with women on my terms, what I'm saying is, baby, when I approach you, I'm not wearing no mask. I'm going to show you the real deal. You're going to see who I really am. And you're going to see it consistently all the time. Or you with it or not. So when I say dealing with women on my terms, that's what I mean. This is who I am. Are you with it or not? If you're with it, we're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time. I cannot promise you it's going to last. I can't promise you it's going to lead to a relationship. But I can promise you, you're going to have your freedom to do what you want to do. I'm not trying to come in and have you alter your life for me. And I for goddamn sure won't alter mine for you. Right? But we're going to have a good time. Even if it don't last for a long time. Right? So I just want to point that shit out right quick. Okay, so the homie says, when we are driving and seeing a woman walking down the street, would we seem like we are lowering our value if we stop and get out the car and holler at her? Sometimes it works and sometimes not. I got a story, bro. Y'all remember a time. Some of y'all might recall. Damn near all my stories involve sex and shit, right? I told a story a few years back of me doing just that, right? My thing is this. If I see a woman who catches my eye, if I see a woman who catches my eye, and if I'm in the mood, and if I'm in a position to talk to her, I'm gonna do that. I don't care where it is. If I'm in the mood, I gotta be in the mood. Because I can see a woman that I think is attractive, but if I'm not in the mood, I'll let her walk by, right? But if I'm in the mood and if I'm in position to holler at her, I'm gonna do that. So there was one time me and a friend of mine, we were in his car. So he's driving, I'm the passenger. As we're driving down the street, I see two women walking. And I tell them, yo, man, there's two chicks right there. Stop the car. Stop right here. Stop right now. So he stopped and he let me out. And then he went and found a parking spot. So when he let me out, I walked up to the two young ladies. I introduced myself. And I basically told them, yo, I got a friend that I'm with. He went to go park the car. His name is such and such. He'll be here in just a moment. So what I did now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of game real quick. Both women were attractive, both of them, right? So before I separated the one that I wanted from the other one, I waited, right? I waited for my friend to come. And the reason why I waited for my friend to come is because what if the one that I wanted to get at was feeling him more than me? Or what if both of them was feeling him and wasn't feeling me at all, right? So I waited. I waited for the homie to come so that way we can do the formal introduction and then I could go from there. So once he came, it became clear that the chicks was choosing. So they was choosing. Like she picked him and she was, picked me. So cool. So now that the lines have been drawn as to which one of us the woman or women wanted, now we can get to really talking. So once we did that and established that, what I tried to do was set something up for later. I was like, yo, we got some errands we got to run, but we're going to be free later on this evening. We should all get together later on, right? So I'm setting it up. I'm quarterbacking the whole thing, right? And the ladies pretty much said, no, we got, shit going on. It ain't, tonight or this evening ain't going to work. So cool. So we all exchanged phone numbers. So I want to say probably about a week later, maybe a few days to a week later, both women, well, let me not, I don't want to lie. The one that was interested in me called me. And the one that was interested in my friend was with her when she called me. So I'm on the phone with both these women. And the woman that was interested in the homie was like, where your friend at? I'm like, girl, you got his number? Call him. Why you asking me where you got his number? Call. Right? So they were like, basically they wanted to see us, right? But he wasn't with me, right? Now, let me just say this, because I need to holler at some of my people, right? For all you dudes who always be worrying about, not having a place to fuck at or being worried about women, feeling some type of way about your place and all this other shit. If y'all recall, for those of you who've been fucking with me for a few years now, I told you guys I was in between moving. I was in between moving at the time. So my new crib had all the furniture in it, but it wasn't set up. So I still had the keys to the crib I was moving out of, and it was empty. No furniture, no nothing. So when the ladies called me, I was at the old crib, right? You know how when you do a walkthrough, you make sure all your shit is out, you make sure the shit is clean so you can get your security deposit back. So it was at nighttime. I'm in the old crib. So when they called me, I told a young lady, I said, yo, I'm at my old spot right now. Come through and holler at me, right? Come through and holler at me, right? So she came through. No furniture, no nothing, no blankets, no pillows, no nothing. Just carpet burns. Right? Y'all can use y'all imagination. Just carpet burns. So I got a chick coming to an empty fucking crib. So If a woman want to get at you and she attracted to you enough, now you might have some women that might be a little picky. You know what I'm saying? There's always exceptions. But for the most part, if you do, yeah, bruh. Clothes burns, not clothes burns, but carpet burns everywhere. And because you're the man doing most of the work, you know what I'm saying? You get the brunt of it, right? You know what I'm saying? But we both got that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to point that out real quick. If you see a woman and she visually catches your eye, and if you're in the mood, don't force yourself to talk to women because the energy ain't gonna be right. And I told a young man this last night during a consultation. Don't force yourself to talk to women, right? You want to have fun. You want to enjoy yourself, right? And let me just say this for you guys that don't like bars or clubs, don't go there. If you do not like, listen to me. If you don't like bars or clubs, if you don't like the environment, don't go there just because women are there. Because you're not going to enjoy yourself. You're going to be miserable. And you're going to be even more miserable when women are turning you down. Don't go, right? Find a place, find spots that you're into. Find a spot or spots that you're into that you enjoy. Even if women ain't fucking with you, you're enjoying yourself no matter what. Don't go out with the thought process of, I'm only going out to get at women. You're not going to enjoy yourself doing it. You want to go out and have fun, whether you're talking to women or not, or whether women are telling you no or not. You still, man, y'all know how many nights I went out and women, they wasn't with it. I was getting turned down left and right, but I still had fun. Some of the most funnest times I had in my life didn't have nothing to do with no fucking women. Even though I was around women that was telling me no, but I still had a fucking blast. So I'm just telling you guys, man, don't force yourself to do something just because, you know what I'm saying? Please don't. Because again, when you talk to the women, your energy, right? If you talk to people, you can tell when their energy ain't there, the energy is off. And it's gonna fuck with your desire to even talk to them, right? So please don't, right? So anyway, I was gonna hit y'all with that, right? So let me get here. All right, so the homie says, why should a man ever take a woman serious in the modern day? Bro, are you serious? See guys? Crash out. Bro, let me talk to you. Let me pull you to the side and holler at you, bro. When I see shit like this, when I see statements or questions or comments like this, what that tells me is your dating life sucks. And I'm not saying that to make fun of you. I'm saying that because it must be true. Bro, there is no way a man who actually likes women, who is having favorable interactions with women, enjoyable interactions with women, will ever say no shit like this. Right? And I'm not telling you you should or shouldn't take women serious. If you want to be a bachelor or a playboy all your life and you never want to take a woman serious and you never want to have a meaningful, loving, healthy relationship with a woman that lasts for however long, bro, you can stay single. You can stay. See, let me just say this. I don't funnel men into one thing or the other. I don't care what you want. If you want to be single and just have casual sex with women, do you. If you want to date single mothers, do you. Hell, if you want to get married to a single mother, bruh, do you. Like, if you never want to get married, don't get married. If you want to have a monogamous relationship, bruh, do you. If you want to have a poly relationship, bro, do you. I don't try to funnel men nowhere. I don't care what type of relationship men want to embark on. Passport bro, same thing. Do y'all. Now, I will talk shit about y'all every now and again, but man to man, bro, if you're happy, if you like it, I love it. Do you. Whatever type of relationship men want to do, Just don't talk shit about dating coaches, though. And don't say you have game if you're paying for pussy, though. Just don't talk shit about dating coaches and don't say you have game, and I'll shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, do you. I don't funnel guys nowhere. Like, let me just say this. When I do consultations with guys, and any guy I do consultations with, I always ask them this. What do you want? I'll ask them things like, do you have any kids? Are you currently in a relationship? Are you married? Have you ever been married? Do you want to be married? What do you want? And whatever they tell me, I give them advice centered around what they want. If they say, Zach, I'm not really into the casual sex thing. I'm actually in the market for a woman that I can build a family with. Don't say less. I'm gonna give you advice based on that. I'm gonna give you advice centered around that. Now I'm still gonna give you the game though, from the ground up, right? But I'm gonna give you. I'm not gonna tell you, nah, bro, don't get married. I would never tell a man that, and I would never tell a man not to deal with single mothers, bro. Just like there are women with no kids who ain't worth shit, there are women with kids who ain't worth shit. You just got to deal with the women that fit you and fit your lifestyle, whether they have children or not. You just got to deal with the women that fit your lifestyle, because who is to say that woman with that child would be a better woman for you than a woman without a child, right? Who's to say? Now, you guys can do what you want to do. Crash out, bro, do you. I don't care what you do. Okay, so Too Cool says, I've always been interested in other races, but every time I get with one, it's a problem with their family because I'm black, especially Latinas. Is this normal in the game? Have you experienced this? So, now, for those of you who've seen my younger kids, yeah, my little one, okay, his mother is black, right? My ex-wife is black. But I also have children who are biracial, right? For those of you who, y'all might have seen a video with my 15-year-old, well, she's 16 now, my daughter. There's a video on IG and on Instagram of my daughter. Right? She is 3/4 black, white, Mexican. Her mother is half Mexican, half white. Right? There you have it, right? So, will you encounter, bro, that's par for the course. If you date interracially, bro, you're gonna encounter that. you're gonna encounter that. I mean, now let me just say this: my first ex-wife, right? For those of you who don't know, married, I've been married twice. And some of y'all might be like, man, you got married twice? Yeah, I sure did. There will not be a third time though, right? My first wife was white, blonde hair, blue eyes, white, and she told me straight up. She was like, yeah, so there will be no family reunion for us. That when her family have a family reunion, her and I would not be in attendance. Now, her mother and her stepfather, they didn't have a problem with me. You know, we was cool, and they was some country white folks, you know what I'm saying? Country to the motherfucker. Cowboy hats and all of that shit, right? They didn't have no problem with me. And even some of her extended family members, you know what I'm saying, didn't have no problem with me. But there were other people that I never met that she knew, you know what I'm saying? So I just never met them. But on the day-to-day, I didn't have no problem with her family. Now, when her and I were together, oh hell, yeah, there was some issues. Yeah, there was, there was some shit that was said to us, you know what I'm saying, or to her, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's par for the course. If you're gonna date interracially, bro, you better have thick skin, because you're gonna hear some shit. And when you don't hear it, people gonna stare at you. And my ex-wife she was a shit talker. When people would stare, she would tell them straight up, take a picture, it'll last longer. She had no problem, you know, telling people about themselves, right? But a couple times I had to grab her and be like, hey. It's like 4 country white boys in that truck. Don't be talking shit. Just ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to get me killed out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, but yo, I'm just saying. But you got to deal with it, fam. You got to deal with it or don't. You got to deal with it or don't. Right? You got to deal with it or don't. Right? And another thing, let me just say this real quick. And I don't really like getting into the meat and potatoes of this, but bro, if you got kids, there's gonna be some people in her family that's never gonna want to be around those kids. That's never gonna want to meet them. I'm just, you gotta make a decision. If you're gonna go that route, make a decision. So okay, hold on real quick. Let me see what the homie said. So he said, I agree. When I was in high school, I broke my bed and was getting it on my mattress on the floor, and chicks even complimented me. Yo, let me matter of fact, let me say this. Look, some of you might know this, right? When you're in a bed, okay, I'm gonna try not to get too graphic with this. When you're in a bed, there is a little give. So if a woman is laying, like, we'll just say missionary, there's give, right? So no matter how deep or hard you go, there's a little give to it. You put a woman on the floor, there's no give. So meaning she's gonna feel you more if you're on the floor versus on the bed, right? So she might be in the bed and she might not run. You put her on the floor, she's gonna be running, right? Yeah, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? I'm just saying, from experience, of course. I'm just saying. All right? So even when I had a bed, I'm putting them on the floor, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Every now and again. Okay, so hold on real quick. I'm trying to get these questions, y'all. I'm trying to get this question. Okay. I can't believe I'm addressing this. Crash out. So what, bro? So what, bro? I don't care, bro. Look. I could care less about what a woman does in her life. They ain't got nothing to do with me. What a woman does in her private, they ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? She ain't my woman, so why would I care what she does, bro? And you said some sucker gonna wife. So, damn, I wish I was taking calls today. So crash out. What makes him a sucker though? I'm curious. What makes him a sucker though? Okay, and if you witness a video of a woman having sex with 22 guys in a day, was this shit on X videos? Because I'm sure this shit was not on regular YouTube. See, here's the reality of it. A lot of you guys are related. Okay, I'm gonna hurt some feelings, and I might even offend some people. A lot of you guys are related to women. You work with women. You've dated women. You're currently dating women, maybe. You might date women who done all kinds of shit that you will never know about. You would never know about. You would never know. So yeah, you might say, he's a sucker for dealing with 22 chicks. Now that's extreme. For a woman to have sex with that many guys and she's not a porn actress, that's kind of extreme. Right? But it's not uncommon for women, not all women, of course, but it's not uncommon for some women to have had sex with 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in one day. Some at the same time. Some spaced out. I remember, I got a story. When I was in the military, now this was fucked up though. When I was in the military, one of my partners was in a relationship with this young lady. Now, let me tell y'all the problem with the military. Now, it happens outside the military, but military is notorious for this shit. People get into relationships after a couple of weeks or a month or two. They get married after a month or 2 or 3. The military is notorious for people getting into relationships and getting married like that. When I saw that shit happening, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So the homie was in a relationship with this young lady. And he had been looking for her all day. This was back in the 90s. So cell phones were around, but not like they are now. So we still had pagers back then. We, landlines and payphones, right? Some people had, cell phones, but not many, right? So my point is this. He had been looking for her all day. Couldn't find her. And him and I ran into each other and he asked me, man, you seen such and such? And she was cool, man. When I've been around her, she was cool people. She was sweet in a motherfucker. She was a sweet chick. Nice, just cool, right? Classy. Now, Pete, what I'm saying, face-to-face interaction, she was a classy chick. Face-to-face, right? You never would have guessed it. So he had been looking for his chick. Come to find out, when he finally caught up with her, she was with 5 guys. And she was getting a train ran on her. Broke that motherfucker down. It broke, and this was a tough dude from New York. I believe he was from, I want to say either the Bronx or from Queens. Broke him down. Broke him down. I never seen a grown man just the life just drained from his body as far as just broke him down. Broken hearted, all of that shit. Broke his ass the fuck down, right? So I said all that to say this. Yeah, too cool, hurt that man's soul. And when I found out about that, I didn't say nothing. It was none of my business. It was none of my business. I just looked at the homie. I gave him a hug. That nigga pat him on the back. I looked at him, gave him another hug. All right, bro. All right, man. I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm gonna leave you to. I basically said I'm gonna leave you to it, bro, because you going through it. I'm gonna leave you to it. So we had dorm rooms at the time. So I left him in his room. I said, bro, you need anything? You good? And he just sat on the bed and put his head down, put his head in his hands. And I said, the homie about to cry. So let me go ahead and get up out of here. And every now and again, we took turns checking on the homie. Just making sure. So we had somebody go to the room and it was like, say, bro, get up, if there's anything, if there's any rope or anything, what I'm saying, or anything, take that shit out of take it out of his room. Because we didn't know, what I'm saying, he was so distraught, we didn't know. We was just looking out for the homie, right? So, crash out. Imagine if he never would have ran up on her. He never would have known. So I said all that to say this. There will be times where you will never know what a woman has done in the past. So for all you body count Negroes, number one, women ain't gonna tell you the truth. Number two, there is no biological or scientific proof that's gonna be able to tell you how many guys a woman has sex with. There's nothing like that out there. Now, let me say this about relationships. Relationships are a calculated risk. Okay, and I don't understand why guys don't get this shit. Okay, hold on, let me get this question off my shit. Relationships are a calculated risk. Meaning, before you get into a relationship, you have to understand the pros and the cons associated with getting into a relationship. Whether it's a long-term relationship, a marriage, a monogamous relationship, a polyamorous relationship, it don't even matter. Okay, even a fuck buddy scenario has pros and cons associated with it. Right? But it is a calculated risk. We're grown adults. We're grown people. We're not children. So you should already understand that when you invite people into your life, you're taking a risk. Period. That's what it is. You're taking that risk. You're taking that risk willingly, gleefully, and willfully. You understand I'm taking a risk by getting into this relationship. But you have to understand, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is promised. This relationship can end tomorrow. It can end in a year. It can end in 10 years. But from the time I meet this person to the time it ends, I'm going to try and enjoy myself. And I'm going to try to enjoy this person for as long as I can, for as long as we can. And when the wheels fall off, it's over. And you move the fuck on with your life. You don't sit around crying over shit and being angry. You just move on. You can be disappointed. I'll grant you that. Be disappointed. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be like, damn, can't believe what we had in the beginning turned into this. I can't believe that it ended the way that it ended. I can't believe that it happened. Okay, be disappointed. If you got to, get in your car, go drive somewhere, roll up all the windows, and just beat on your steering wheel. If that's what you got to do, get that shit off your motherfucking chest. Okay, life goes on, bro. All this shit is temporary. You know, I saw a post, and I keep seeing these posts where people are talking about, you know, I'm done dealing with temporary people. And people don't realize how asinine it is to say that. Everybody is temporary. There is no, the only thing permanent is death. That's the only thing that's permanent. Everybody is temporary. Everybody is temporary. Either you gonna die or y'all gonna break up or divorce. Nothing is guaranteed, bro. You enjoy it until it's no longer enjoyable. Yes, right there, and he said it. Enjoy it till it's no longer enjoyable. I don't see, and once you wrap your mind around the premise of, you know what, I like this person, you might even love them. I like this person. I thoroughly enjoy everything about them. Go ahead and kick it with them. But you should understand, at any given moment, the wheels can fall off this motherfucker. So I'm gonna do my due diligence to not be the reason. Y'all don't hear me though. I'm gonna do my due diligence to not be the reason the wheel falls off. I'm gonna be the reason. I'm gonna make sure I'm not the reason that shit blows up. I'm gonna make sure I don't fuck over that person. I don't lie to him. I'm gonna do my part to try and make it last. But if they ain't doing their part, I gotta get them the fuck up out of here. Do your part. You can't. If you do your part, you should be able to find solace in the fact that I did my job, I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do. That person didn't appreciate it, they up out of here. The problem with people is you deal with people and you see that they don't appreciate you. You see in real time that they shitting on you. And then what do people do? How come you won't change? Why are you acting like that? If you really love me, you'll stop being this way. Man, I have never told a woman. I have never complained about a woman changing or do. Chick, you got one time to do something I don't like. And depending on how egregious the situation is, that one time is all you got, right? Depending on how egregious it is. But if it's something minor, I'm gonna talk to you about it one time. We're gonna have one conversation about it. If we gotta talk about it twice, we ain't gonna make it. Bro, I ain't got no time for no fucking drama. But a lot of times the reason why people end up brokenhearted and in despair and distraught and all of this is because you invested so much time, effort, and energy into a situation where you saw that shit was unworthy of the investment. and you kept investing yourself and investing yourself. And now you're mad at the person. Be mad at yourself. Right? What's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Bro, once you see some shit you don't like, have a conversation about it. And then the second time it happened, there needs to be a consequence. There got to be a consequence. If not, bro, you're going to be disrespected. And you have nobody but yourself to blame for that shit. Okay, so, hold on real quick. Okay. So how long did each marriage last? Respect for sharing your story. So, so my first wife, we were together for a total of, I gotta think about this shit now, about 6 years. The marriage only lasted 1.5 years. So, yeah, so we were together for a total of 6 years. The marriage only lasted 1.5 years. And I told the whole story. I'm not gonna get into that. I might do a Patreon live joint where I break all of that shit down. But it lasted 1.5 years, and that was over. The second marriage lasted for 10 years. 10 years. And that ended in January of 2023. So it ain't even been a full year yet. Right? Because the divorce was finalized in January 2023. But we had already begun the process of parting ways in September of 22. So it'd be, oh, I gotta think about this shit. No, my bad. It's been a year. It's been a year. It's been 1.5 years, right? Because we got, the divorce was finalized January 2023. It's August 2024. So in January, it would be 2 years since we were divorced, right? So there you go. 6-year relationship, 10-year relationship. So 16 years of my adult life, pretty much, well, a little bit more than 16 years, was with these two young ladies, right? So just letting you know. And I ain't got no ill will towards none of them. Not at all, right? It's now the first wife, we didn't have no kids. Thank God we didn't have no, oh my God, if I would have had kids with her, bro, thank God I didn't fuck around and get her pregnant, right? Second wife, cool, we got kids together, right? But I don't have no regrets as far as that's concerned, right? Jay Walker, 499, always appreciate the fire game. Keep talking in King's English. And let me just say this real quick, right? And this is about me personally. When you've been married and divorced, and you've had long-term relationships, and you've had casual sex encounters, you can speak to the spectrum of dealing with women and all the aspects that you've dealt with women. You can speak to it because you've been there, you got the experience, the knowledge, the insight, the wisdom. You can speak to it, right? This is why when you have guys that got platforms and they're talking about marriage and divorce, but they've never been married or divorced, it's like, why would I even listen to these niggas? They've never been married or divorced. All their information comes from their opinion, right? And we're all entitled to our opinions, but when you're giving advice strictly based on an opinion with no experience behind it, bro, what kind of advice can you really give anybody when you're just giving your opinion about something with no experience, right? So an example would be, if I was to tell you guys why I would never get married, if I say, man, never get married, right? Number one, I would never tell nobody not to. But if I said never get married, I can at least speak to my shit, right? Now, what I will tell you guys is, if you wanted to be married, I'm gonna give you some advice based on what I've learned, based on my experiences. And I would tell you, before you get married, make sure you know the laws. Each state is different. Each state is different. Divorce laws, child support payments, as far as the amount, is different. alimony, like the state of Texas, if I recall, is a non-alimony state, and it's community property, right? So when you say, guys, oh, if you get married, you're gonna lose everything, you're gonna lose your house. Not in Texas. Not in Texas. I can't speak for any other state, but in the state of Texas, if you and the woman have a house, if y'all are married and y'all have a house, let me just say this real quick, and y'all get divorced, the judge is gonna ask you, who is keeping the house? The judge is literally gonna ask you, who is keeping? The judge don't give a fuck who is keeping the house. The judge just wanna know who's gonna keep it. If y'all can't agree on who gonna live there, the judge is gonna say sell it. The judge is not gonna say, okay, ma'am, you stay there, sir, you get the fuck out. Or, sir, you keep it, ma'am. No, that's not what the judge is gonna do. The judge is gonna be like, who gonna keep the house? And if y'all agree on it, the judge ain't got no say so what happens with that house. If y'all can agree who's gonna occupy it. The judge is like, all right, cool, all right, whatever. Then he's gonna move on to the next order of business. But it's a non-alimony state, right? Or at least it was. I don't know if it is now, but it was. Right, so when guys talking all that shit about you gonna lose all of this shit, no. It depends on what state you're in. So you gotta know the laws, right? That's what I would tell you guys. You have to know the laws. Like, I'll give you an example. My ex-wife, my most recent ex-wife, she kept the house. It makes sense for her to keep the house. She has our sons. But because I paid the mortgage on the house, not all of it, but I paid the mortgage, a nice chunk of change. Because I paid the mortgage on the house, there's equity in the house. There's equity in the house. Y'all not understanding me. There's equity in the house. So when I left, part of her keeping the house was she had to buy me out. So she had to write me a fucking check. She had to write me a check. And I make more money than her. But she still had to write me a check. She had to buy me out. Not only did she have to write me a check for me to leave, and I'm talking stacks. Stacks. She had to write me a check. Boom, cashier's check. Not only that, but if and when she sells that house, she still owes me more stacks in the tens of thousands. If and when she sells that house, there's still more money coming to me. In a divorce decree, I set it up that way. Like, because I know the fucking laws. Now, when I first got married, the first time I got married, I didn't know that. But I kept the house. The very first time I got married, she left. I kept the house. And because she didn't want me to stay there, the judge ordered me to sell it, or ordered us to sell it. But this was during the, if y'all remember the mortgage crisis, this was 2007, 2008. So the judge ordered us to sell it, right? But because of the mortgage crisis, I couldn't sell it. I couldn't sell it. So I stayed in that house for 5 more years until 2012, until I finally sold it. But I stayed in that bitch for 5 years. So come on, man. Like, again, because I actually experienced the shit. Now, again, depending on what state, if I was living in a different state, it would have been a completely different outcome for me. But because I'm living in the state of Texas, that was the outcome. Right? Jay Walker, I think, yeah, I saw that already, bro. My bad. So just know the laws, man. That's it. Again, I'm not telling you to get married. I'm not telling you not to get married. I will say this. If you're going to have children, I would highly recommend you be married. There you go. New Mexico, Texas, Virginia, no alimony states. No alimony states. So when guys be talking, they're talking with a limited amount of knowledge and no experience. Because now, if guys were married before and they're giving you their opinion based on what they went through, cool, I ain't got nothing to say about that. But if they were never married or divorced, then what the fuck are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? My thing is, if you're gonna give advice on the internet, at least give advice from a perspective of knowledge and real experience. not just your opinion on something. That's why I would never tell guys don't get married, because what I know is a man who's married and has kids won't get fucked over as much as a man who has kids out of wedlock. Okay, now you might still go through some shit, but you're gonna have some legal recourse if you're married with children and you're getting a divorce than a man who was never married to the woman and you have kids. It's a whole different thing. I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on now. Just educate yourself. If you want to do shit, if you want to cohabitate with a woman, but you don't want to be married, you better educate yourself on squatter rights and tenant rights and non-paying rent rights. Because a woman, if you pay all of the bills, like an example, if you got a crib and a woman moves in with you and you tell her, baby, you ain't got to pay no bills, I got it all. When you go to kick her out, you can't just kick her out. You can't. If you put her out and change the locks, she can take you to court and sue you. That's what I'm saying. Like, guys, so for all you providers and pay all the bill type niggas, you better know what it is. And I'm not telling you not to pay all the bills. And you got a woman living in the house and her name ain't on that crib, your name is on that, and she living with you and she ain't paying no bills, you better know what the fuck you doing. You're gonna be in court trying to evict her, and she ain't paid no bills in that motherfucker. But dudes don't know shit. They just talk on the internet. They don't know a motherfucking thing. Okay, so hold on real quick. Hold on. Okay, hold on real quick. So he says, do you believe the only benefit for a man in dating is we can sleep around a lot without ridicule? Crash out. You're not having a lot of sex, friend. Stop playing. You're not having. Okay, my thing is this. See, he keep trying to water down dealing with women. See, you act like women have no value, brother. You literally act like women have no value. Now, I said this before. Everybody has value. I don't care how many sex partners you've had. Everybody has value, right? Now, when you're out dating, when you're dating, right, that woman, like if I'm dealing with a woman and she ain't showing me deference, humble submission and respect, she has no value to me. I'm not saying she has no value as a person, but if I'm dealing with her and she want to fuck with me and she ain't showing me humble submission and respect, she has zero value to me personally. But her sexual past, a woman's sexual past is not a true testament of her character, because a woman's sexual past is not an indicator as to how she's going to treat you. You can deal with a woman who's had 2 sex partners, but she'll burn your house down. You can deal with a woman who's had 50 sex partners, and she would never do that. So I don't understand why guys don't understand that. Now, whatever preferences you have, you're entitled to. But to sit there and use sex only as the barometer of a woman's character is stupid as fuck. To literally use sex, what a woman did before she even fucking knew you, to use that only as the barometer of her overall character? Come on, brother. Come on, man. That's dumb. It's stupid as fuck. I'm gonna call it what it is. All right, so Dirty Mac. Shit hit the fan with my chick on Monday. I got 2 dates set up this weekend. Shit hit the fan. Shit hit the fan on Monday. Bro, that's not a question. Like, what are you talking about? Z4, I don't know what the rules in Georgia. I never lived in Georgia. I don't know. I don't make it a habit to try and learn all states. But let me tell you this. Speaking of other states, if y'all remember, there was a story of Tiger Woods. Kicking a woman out of his house. He took her to the airport and he changed the locks. But because he told her to leave, she wouldn't leave. He drove her to the airport. He pretended they were going out of town. Drove her to the airport, left her there. A lot of guys was applauding that. When I first heard that story, I was like, that's dumb. He's stupid. He's dumb. And I made a video about it on my old channel. It's not on my new channel, but I made a video about it. And I talked about how guys do shit and they don't think about what they're doing before they do it. And because Tiger Woods is wealthy and he can afford lawyers, he should have went to an attorney first. And he should have asked about his legal liability for kicking her out, because she sued him for like 30 million. Now, she's not gonna get 30 million. She ain't gonna get that. But she sued him and she had a right to, right? So I went, and before I did the video, I looked up the law, because he lives in Florida. I didn't know what the laws were, but I knew just, you know, on GP that it was a dumb move on his part. So I looked up the laws in Florida, and sure enough, she had legal recourse to sue him, because he was supposed to legally kick her out. He was supposed to go to a lawyer, have the lawyer draft up some papers, and then serve her. And then in a certain amount of days, she was supposed to appear in court. And he could have kicked her out like that and been done with it and never been sued. But because he did it the way he did it, he got sued. Like, just not knowing the laws, man. You just can't be doing shit just because you feel like you want to do some shit. You got to know what you're doing. Kelly Moore says, as a man, I know you preach all men must learn discipline. Everybody, women too, but men, yeah. But how do you push forward with your life when you're extremely mentally, spiritually, and physically exhausted? You gotta manage your time, fam. A lot of times, as both men and women, a lot of times we bite off more than we can chew. We bite off more than we can chew, and we spread ourselves thin by trying to appease too many people. We spread ourselves thin. Okay, this is why when guys say, oh, I pay all the bills, my woman ain't got to pay no bills, and these guys are working 2 jobs, 16-hour shifts, bro, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. And guys will, hey, it's what a man's supposed to do. You're supposed to work your fingers to the bone for your family. Nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not working those 16, 18-hour shifts at no fucking plant or warehouse or some hard labor job while the chick sit at home and chill. I ain't doing that shit. And I ain't working no 2 or 3 jobs either while she sit at home and she chilling. Ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I don't see the return on that. I don't see why a man would do that. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion. Right. So Kelly Moore, yeah, bro. Being mentally exhausted can impact your physical desire to do something. Being physically exhausted can impact you mentally and drain you, right? And spiritually, all of that shit could be compromised. Again, you got to make time for yourself. You got to make time for yourself. Okay, even if it's 30 minutes. Okay, let me tell you something I used to do, Kelly. And I still do it, right? During the day, I would go to the car wash my car, right? Detail it inside and out, get it all nice looking, right? Roll the sunroof back, just go drive to a park. Right? Car is clean, looking nice and shit. Boom, go to a park and smoke a cigar by myself. No kids, no women, no nothing. Just by myself, and I'll just sit on a bench, smoke a cigar, and I'll just strategize. I'll set goals for certain things, and I'll strategize attacking those goals. And I'll just relax my mind. And if I'm at a park where my car's close, like there's a trail where you can park your car, there's like a bench that's close, I'll park my car, I'll leave it on, and I'll let some music play. And I rolled all the windows down, sit on the bench next to the whip, let the music play, smoke a cigar, and just clear my mind for a moment. Then I'll strategize about what the fuck I'm gonna do. If I'm going through something with the divorce or whatever it was that I may have been going through, or if I just need to go in a different direction with what I'm doing. Maybe I'm doing something with my life and I hit a fork in the road and I need to go in a different direction. Okay, I'll basically re-strategize. Be like, all right, that ain't working, and I'll just sit there. I'll get away from the house. Like, you're sitting around the house, you know, you might get lazy, you might fall asleep, you might be watching TV, playing video games. Sometimes you just need to get away from distractions and go sit somewhere, right, and just strategize. So that's my answer to that, brother. Okay, so hold on real quick. Okay, yeah, better bring your questions in real quick. 'Cause I'm about to bounce. For real. Okay, we had an hour and 40 minutes. All right, so Too Cool says, so we men are supposed to be the main financial providers in the marriage, right? This 50 argument is confusing. Bro. Let me tell y'all why y'all confused. Let me unconfuse you. Guys, I'm gonna give you one simple slither of advice to unconfuse you. Deal with women on your terms, strictly on your terms. However you want to run your household, right? When it comes to the paying of bills, however you want to do it, whether you want to pay all the bills, whether you want to split the bills, whether it's 50-50, 70-30, 60-40, 90-10, 80-20, whatever you want to do, you establish that. And you just let any woman know who wants to be in your life, in a relationship or marriage, you just let her know, hey, if you fucking with me, this is what it is. Like when I was in relationships or when I was married even, like let's go back to my first wife, my first ex-wife. She made twice as much as me. Her salary doubled mine. So the difference between us though was, even though she made more money than me, she had more bills than me, right? Because all I had was a car note and one credit card, right? So although she made more money than me, I had more money in the bank than her, right? I was able to save more money than her because she had a bunch of fucking bills and shit, right? And plus she spent a lot of money on bullshit, right? So what I ended up doing was I said, although she made twice as much as me, I paid more of the mortgage. Not more of the bills overall, but when it came to the mortgage payment, I paid more of the mortgage. And the reason why I did that was I wanted her to free up money to knock off some of her debt. So I basically implemented a plan of, you make twice as much as me, but I'm gonna pay more towards the mortgage because I got more money that I have access to, because I don't have bad spending habits like you do, and I don't have a lot of bills like you do. So I'm gonna take care of most of the mortgage. Now she paid bills in the house, don't get it twisted, but she was also very generous with her money. With me, she was very generous, right? I just give you a quick example. There's many examples, but I'll give you a quick one. When I went to, when one of my uncles passed away while we were married, actually before we were married, one of my uncles passed away, and I went to St. Louis, which is, most of my family lives in St. Louis. I went to St. Louis to bury my uncle. And when I went to unpack my bag, there was an envelope with $500. She had put $500 with a note, basically a love letter to me saying, hey, I know you're going through a tough time. Here's $500. She basically said, go to the strip club, go out with your brothers and your cousins, have fun on me. Now, I did not go to a strip club. I did go out, but she basically gave me $500, you know what I'm saying, to go have fun with. Shout out to her, right? So, but my point is this. How you divvy up the financial responsibilities in your household is up to you. the man. Now, whether the woman agrees with it or not is up to her. It's not up to, guys, it's not up to a woman what she does in your life. It's up to you what you want her to do in your life. And she can pick and choose whether or not she wants to do what it is you require. If she ain't about it, then let her go. The problem is, guys, y'all be wanting to keep these women. So it turns into a whole fucking argument or a battle of wills about who gonna do what. Nah, it should never be like that. Hey, you wanna be in my life, this is what I need you to do. Oh, you ain't trying to do that? Be gone with you. I'm done with you, I can't fuck with you. You should never get into an argument about that shit. This is what it is, either you with it or you not. Y'all should never be confused. There is no confusion, not for me, is it? Not for me, and I'm gonna tell you right now, outside of my ex-wife, the first one, every other woman I dealt with, right? Like I'll use my second wife as an example. She made more money than I did. Well, let me rephrase it. When we first met, we made the same amount of money. Then she got a job making more money than me. And when she was making more money than me, guess what I did? She paid more of the bills. She paid more of the bills. I said, you make more money than me. This is what we gonna do. Right? You want to be married to me, right? You want to cohabitate, right? This is what we gonna do. You're paying XYZ, I'm paying this. If that's a problem for you, we ain't gotta live together, we ain't gotta get married. What's up? She said, yes, I'm willing to do it. She did it. As time went on, and I started making more money, and I started making more money than her. Then I sat her down, and we renegotiated the divvying up of bills. Okay, I'm making more money now, so let's divvy it up. Let me sit her down. And a lot of times when you are in relationships as the fucking man, sometimes you have to do that. You be like, all right, things are starting to change. Let me sit down with the missus and let's start to basically reset the terms and conditions about the splitting of bills and how the money is being divvied up based on the financial landscape. Things are changing financially. Let's divvy this shit up. Because let's say, for the sake of argument, I'm in a relationship and the woman and I, we're both making $50,000 a year. And let's say I'm paying 60% of the bills and she's paying 40. Let's say she get a job making 150,000 and I'm still making 50. Do you think that split gonna stay 60-40? Hell no. I'm gonna be like, oh, you making 150, I'm making 50? Well, I was paying 60% and you were paying 40. You're about to pay 70, I'm about to pay 30. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And if she got a problem with that and don't want to be married to me no more, we getting a fucking divorce. We getting a divorce. That's exactly how the fuck I would do it. I don't, come on, man. Like, all of this, where you're the man, you're supposed to do this, fuck society. I said it, fuck society. A lot of that shit, saying based on that's based on what society says a man should do. I don't follow society rules or society norms. I make my own rules for me and my household. Right? I make my own rules for me. Fuck society. And I don't care what women say, bruh, online. Well, men are supposed to be, no, bro. Man. What, fam? Too cool. What if you're a lawyer? I'll give you an example. You went to school, you got a law degree. You work for a firm, right? You're gonna make good money as a lawyer, especially if you're a defense attorney. You're gonna make good money. What if your wife is also a lawyer, right? And she becomes a partner. If she becomes a partner, she's gonna make a lot more money than you if you just work for a law firm, right? Or if she started her own business. If she started her own business and now she's defending wealthy clients, she gonna make way more money than you. So if y'all are together, although both of y'all make great money, if she make more money than you, bro, we gotta talk about that. Ain't no way I'm paying more of the bills and you make more money than me. Ain't no fucking way. That don't make no goddamn sense. For me, Maybe for y'all it's different. For me, nah, bro, no. We gonna negotiate that. Fuck, and if the woman don't like it, we ain't gotta be together. Because you might have some woman say, you're getting left. Guess what I'm gonna do? Bye. Bye. You can't shame me. You can't shame me into doing some goofy shit. To me, that's goofy. Because here's I want guys to think about, I'm gonna put this on your motherfucking conscience. When you are a fucking couple, the object of that unity is to make things easier for each other. To make things easier for each other. So if you're dealing with a woman, oh no, you're the man, you pay for everything. That means she don't give a fuck about you. She wants things as easy for her as possible, but then she gonna look at you, that's how it's supposed to be, Mr. Man, you're the man. Get her up out of there. Get her goofy, selfish ass up out of there. Y'all supposed to make things easier for each other. Man, do I got that video? Hold on, man. If I got a video, man, I gotta show y'all this fucking video. Please, Lord, please. Please let me have this fucking video. Damn, I don't think I got it. Fuck, I don't think I got this video. There's a video of this chick who is a nurse. Black woman. She's a nurse. And she got on the internet, and her man lived in a big ass fucking house, a mini mansion, right? And she was talking about how her and her man don't argue over money, how we both contribute financially to this household. And she said we got multiple cars, we got rental properties. Then she went on to say, I can pay all of these bills, all of the car notes, and all of my man's bills by myself. If my man ever lost his job, I got him. He ain't got to worry about nothing. I'ma hold this down like a ride or die bitch is supposed to. When she said that, I said, I gotta find her information. I'm gonna break her and her man up and make her mine. I'm just joking. But when I heard that, I'm like, that's the type of chick I fuck with, who thinks like that. Who like, I'm not gonna have and she said, I'm not gonna have my man slaving to provide for this family when I'm an able-bodied woman and I can get out there and help bring home the bacon too. I don't want my man, and she said, I don't want my man coming home tired and all mentally wore out from working and all of that. And she said this, if my man is all tired and wore out from working long hours, he can't come home and love on me like I need him to. He can't come home and break me off in the bedroom like I need him to because he all fucking tired and stressed from working so hard. No, I don't want my man going through that. And if you're dealing with a woman who don't think like that, homie, you're fucking with the wrong bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. Tell him Zag said it. Send him over here. Sit him over here. Tell him I said it. You fucking with the wrong bitch. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Now and again, I said this. If you want to pay all of the bills, guys, I have no problem with that. But you should never feel obligated to. You should never let people shame you into doing it. Do it because that's what you really want to do and you think the woman is worthy of it. You're like, man, I don't mind taking care of her. I got her. You don't got to want for nothing. I got it. Do it because you really care about that woman. Not only care about her, but she's actually invested in the situation where you feel like, she earned this. She earned being able to sit at home. She earned me going and buying her a car. Whatever it is you do for her, she earned this. Not because she's pretty, not because she's fucking you. Because I got into a little back and forth today on Facebook. You had goofy motherfuckers talking about if you're having sex with a woman who don't live with you, the least you can do is pay her bills. I'm like, pay her bills? Because you fucking her? You're talking about a woman who is not your woman. She's not your girlfriend. And y'all live apart? And you're talking about you should pay her bills because you're fucking her? Guys, that is a trick hoe relationship. She's the prostitute and you're the trick. I don't care what nobody got to say. That's transactional sex. Now, if you want to do that, do that. Just understand, she's the prostitute and you're a trick. Just understand that or sugar daddy, sugar baby, whatever you want to call it. Just understand that that's the situation you guys got. Paying her bills. If she lived in a different house, That's some sucker shit. Z4. What's her name? Just Google black nurse or blonde nurse, because blonde isn't her name. Blonde nurse or blonde RN, but she's, you know, a lighter skinned black woman with blonde colored locks and shit, right? But it's blonde something, blonde RN, blonde nurse or something, right? Just go to Facebook, go to IG. It's there. The video was there. I got it. I got the video somewhere, but I don't feel like looking for that shit. And y'all know with my internet problems, I'll get to looking for that fucking video, and then boom, I'll start having problems. So no, bro. Women don't respect tricks. Women do not respect tricks. They do not. Women do not respect men who pay for pussy. They don't. I don't care what women say. Now, publicly, most women will never say anything bad about it. Because, look, let me say this. Let me say this. I need to say this. Tricks are necessary. And let me say this shit again. Tricks are necessary. Sugar daddies are necessary. Guys who will pedestalize women and just pay for shit because the woman is so beautiful and they fucking her. Those guys are necessary. They are necessary. Because, and I said this in a video that I did probably about a week or so ago. Women can't fuck everybody. Okay, meaning even if a woman is sexually attracted to you, she can't just fuck everybody. You know, at some point, she's gonna want to be taken out on dates. At some point, she's gonna want to be swept off her feet, and she's gonna want romantic bed and breakfast encounters. She's gonna want that shit. All women want that shit. So if they can't get it from a man that they actually like, they'll take it from y'all tricks. So tricks are necessary. Tricks, because y'all do the shit that I won't do. You gotta be my girlfriend to get a trick. You can. I do the bed and breakfast. I love to do couples massages, spa treatments, and I love to do that shit. If you're my girl, though, we got to be in a full-fledged relationship for that shit to happen. Right? I ain't got no problem taking a woman to a 5-star Brazilian steakhouse, but you got to be my girlfriend, though. For dating, that ain't good enough. Now, for dating, baby, I got you. We can go to Olive Garden. But the 5-star Brazilian steakhouse, oh, you got to be my girlfriend. Like there's fringe benefit packages depending on if we're dating, if you're my girlfriend, or if you're wifey. Like there's different things I'll do for women based on what they mean to me and what role they're playing in my life. Okay, I'm not like the rest of these niggas, where just because I'm dealing with a woman, I'm gonna do the same shit that I would do for a wife. I'm gonna do for a chick I known for a month. Come on, man. What? That means a woman who would be married to you should never feel special. See, if a woman knows when he was just dating me, he ain't do none of that shit. I mean, he did shit, but when we was dating, he didn't do no extra fly shit. When I became his girlfriend, I noticed he did more shit. A little bit more money got spent. Then when I married this nigga, he really started doing some shit. So she understands that boom, the more I elevate her, the more I do. So now she knows, and this goes with women sharing niggas, but she knows I'm his woman. So I know if he's fucking with this chick he just met, she ain't gonna get the same type of treatment that I get. Because I saw it. I was there. I was there when I first met. He don't do all of that type of shit for a chick he just met. So I ain't got to worry about a woman getting the same type of shit I get. Yeah, sexually, yeah, he might, you know, please her like he pleased me. But as far as the type of time he spend with me non-sexually, the romantic shit he does for me, the dates that I get, the trips that I get, he ain't doing that shit for them bitches. But the rest of these tricking ass niggas, they do the same shit for every chick, no matter who. Come on, bro. Gotta make them earn it, bro. That's just me, though. Y'all do what y'all want. Y'all do what y'all want. Hey, guys, if y'all want to treat a woman you just met a week ago like a girlfriend, bro, by all means, she won't respect you though. Now she'll deal with you. She'll be nice to you. I got a story. Speaking of my ex-wife, my last ex-wife, and all my exes, with the exception of my first ex-wife, but my other 3 exes, they all know I got a YouTube channel. They all know, they all watch my shit, all of them. So when I'm talking about their asses, they know who it is, right? And I'm not mad at nobody. I'm cool with everybody, right? I'm cool with everybody. You know, I still get, you know, Happy Father's Day and Happy Birthday and Merry Christmas. I still get them texts from those women and shit. But now here's the thing. I love my train of thought. God damn it, I love my train of thought. Hold on, man. Shit. Oh, shit. Story. So my ex-wife, she got a best friend. Her best friend was dealing with this dude. This dude got money, laced. Her best friend was posting shopping sprees on the Instagram. Name brand shit. 3 or 4 bags in his arm, 3 or 4 bags in that arm. This guy's taking her on trips, taking her shopping. And when I say taking her shopping, I mean he's doing that shit like a couple of times a month, right? She's having sex with him, but she's not attracted to him. She does not find him physically attractive, and she is not sexually attracted to him. Well, I don't know if she's still dealing with him, but she was not. She did not find him physically attractive, and she was not sexually attracted to him, even though she was having sex with him. But she was dealing with him only because he was buying her shit. And he came out the gate leading with his wallet. And she did not like him. Like as a person, she's like, I really don't like him. I really don't respect him. He's funny looking. But girl, he keep me laced though. So for all you guys, you can buy a woman's affection. You can even buy sexual encounters from women. But you can't buy respect. You cannot buy respect. You cannot buy a genuine and authentic interaction. You can't. Not with money. Not with money you can't. You can buy cooperation, meaning the woman is doing what you need her to do in that moment. You want to have sex with her? You can purchase that. Right? You wanted to go on a trip with you and spend some time with her? As long as you're paying for the whole thing, you can purchase that. But it must be a sad existence, a pathetic existence, an undignified existence, a less than honorable existence, where the only way a woman will fuck you if you got to spend some money. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Y'all go right ahead. I can't do it. Okay, so hold on real quick. So the homie says, what quality should a man look for mainly? Bro, that's your quality. You got to decide that for yourself, Listo Mendoza. That will be indicator of a worthy woman to give her time to. Women who are sexy but lazy, or they worth talking to. Well, if you're just having, look guys, if you're just going to engage in a casual sex hookup, like a fuck buddy scenario, the only time her being lazy comes into play is if she's a lazy lover. Because if I'm fucking with a woman who's a lazy lover, that's the last time I'm having sex with her. I'm not going to have sex with her no more. That's the first and last time. If I see that she's lazy, that's it. I'm not dealing with her no more. So if you're talking about lazy as far as in bed, and if a woman is lazy in bed, she's probably not sexually attracted to you. And or she don't like the sex. But if a woman is sexually attracted to you and she likes the sex, bro, she gonna participate, right? Now, so now she's lazy outside of that. Why would you ever deal with her seriously? You should never deal with her seriously. But as a man, Mr. Mendoza, as a man, the qualities or the value that you look for in women. Now listen to what I'm about to say, Mr. Mendoza. The qualities or the value that you look for in women should always be in line with your own. Okay, let me say that shit again. The qualities the values that you look for in a woman or require from a woman should be in alignment with your own values, with your own, not my values, not Steve the Dean, Lucario Mile, 50, Taekwondo, King, Dre, Boss, Mac, whoever. Not their values, your values. Okay, this is where having an identity, shout out Miles with the masculine identity, knowing yourself as a man, having standards, principles, values. Once you establish these and you don't deviate from them, then you'll know automatically what a woman needs to bring to you. No one has to tell you that. You'll know that for yourself. Z4, do you think as a beginner I need to smash unattractive or average females before I can smash attractive ones? Because that's my situation. No, but don't do that. Do not do that. Don't do that. The reason why, now, here's the thing. When you say unattractive or average, I'm assuming that you're speaking about how they look visually, physically. Let me tell y'all something. When it comes to sex appeal, I talk about sex appeal all the time, but even women have sex appeal, right? So what I mean by that is, this is just me personally. Okay, I'm not the only one who feels this way, right? But as a man, me personally, just because a woman has a nice body does not mean she has sex appeal. It don't mean that. Just because a woman is pretty facially does not mean she is sexy or has sex. Not to me, it don't. Right? So an example would be this, and I don't know if I talked about this ever publicly. I don't know. I don't recall. If I did, then fuck it, I'm gonna do it right now. I saw a video a couple years back, and there was a young lady wearing a form. I might have talked about this yesterday or the day before. I don't recall. But regardless of that, there was a young lady in a form-fitting dress. I saw a video. Nice body, pretty face. She had on a form-fitting dress, and she was wearing some heels. And she looked awkward as hell. She was walking, she looked very awkward. And I'm looking at the video, and I'm like, she ain't sexy at all. Like, she looked horrible, right? And I say that because she didn't look confident. Sex appeal is associated with confidence and self-assurance. She looked like a fish out of water. She looked like, you know what she looked like? She looked like the type of chick that would typically wear t-shirt, jeans, and Jordans. That's what she looked like. And that somebody convinced her to wear something form-fitting and provocative. And then she wore that shit in the video, and I looked at that shit, and I'm like, damn, she got a nice body, she's cute. But if I saw her in person, I wouldn't even holler at her because she just looks awkward, right? So I said all that to say this. I've seen women who were average, like you're saying, in the face. And average is subjective. Unattractive, average, that's subjective, right? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I've seen women who had an average look. Now, Pete, what I'm saying, average looking face, average body, who were more sexy than that chick with the fat ass, with a prettier face. And let me say that shit again. I've come across women who were average in the face, average in the body, who had more sex appeal, who were more sexier to me than that woman with a nicer body and a prettier face. I've seen it. I've been around women. I'm like, this chick is sexy as hell to me. Like, she got me really feeling away right about now. You know what I'm saying? Although that woman over there visually looks better. But see, a lot of guys, because they think with their dicks and they're overly concerned with what other people think, they focus strictly on the physical. Strictly on the physical. Meaning, most men, they're automatically sexually attracted to a woman who looks good. Most men. And they think women think the same way. And no, women don't think like men do. There might be similarities, and this is where guys get confused with attraction. They get confused, right? Because they think Well, if I think a woman is good looking to me and I automatically want to fuck her, that means if women think a man is good looking, she automatically wants to fuck him. No. No. No, that's not true. It's not even close to being true. And that's where guys get it fucked up. There are trolls in the chat. I ain't even really watching the chat. I ain't even paying attention to the chat. So to answer your question, do not talk to women you're not attracted to, as far as like trying to hook up with them. Now, even if she's not your ideal type, if she's a type of woman who is fuckable, like a woman that you're sexually attracted to, but physically she ain't really your cup of tea, but she can get your dick hard, like, yeah, I'll fuck her, but I wouldn't really fuck with her beyond fucking, then that's different. Assuming that you want sex. And if you're looking for a relationship and you're not trying to engage in casual sex, don't do that. But if you just want, sex every now and again, yeah, a woman who's quote unquote fuckable, right? She's not your physical type, but there's things about her where you're like, yeah, I can see myself, fucking with her like that. Then I'll do that. But if you run into a woman and you're like, you gotta force yourself to talk to her, and you looking at her with the stank eye, like she ain't all that, bro, don't do that. Don't mistreat your dick like that. Guys, do not mistreat your dick by fucking a woman you really don't want to fuck, and you're just doing that because you're horny. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Don't disrespect yourself like that. So hold on real quick. All right, hold on. I'm gonna grab these questions. Does kissing your fuck buddies ever give them hope that a relationship could be something more? Bro, no, bro. No, bro. I will say this. Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about that. 360 Leaky. I've met women, or let me say I've known women. Okay. I personally haven't dealt with women sexually who've done this, but I've met women where they're not going to kiss you if all you guys are doing is fucking. I've known women who think like this. Like if it's a one night stand type of situation, they won't kiss you. And the reason why, and this is some women, right, is because for them, for those particular women, kissing is more intimate. Kissing is more, let me tell you why. Let me tell you how it was explained to me. They said having sex ain't nothing. Because if I'm horny and you're around and I'm sexually attracted to you, I don't gotta like you to fuck you. And this is what a lot of guys don't understand about women either. Women don't have to like you. They just have to be horny enough and attracted to you enough to say, I'll fuck them. But the reason why those women wouldn't kiss certain dudes is because they say, I have to like you for me to put my lips on yours, for me to kiss you. They look at it as that's something very passionate. Fucking is not necessarily passionate, right? Because you're fucking, right? Right. I even look, peep game. I even know women, if you try to put on slow music and have sex with them, they're like, no, don't do that. Don't. I don't want to hear that shit, because they don't want to have that type of interaction with you. Like I know women who would tell you to put on rap music, put on some shoot 'em up, bang bang music. I want to hear something about some killing while I'm fucking. That's how much they want to avoid anything passionate or intimate with a guy they just fucking, right? Because to them, they're saving the more intimate things. And a lot of people gonna think, man, that's crazy. For some women, it is what it is. When they want to save the more passionate and intimate side of things for men they actually like, right? So I would say, man, if you want to kiss a chick, kiss a chick. But if you ever encounter a woman who's trying to fuck you but don't want to kiss you, I told you why. So, Chills, Luciano says that when you're vetting a woman that are, okay, you're vetting a woman, what are some things you're looking for in order to take her seriously? Investment. Consistency and investment. When I say consistency, meaning fuck buddy. That's the role. All my exes started off there. All my exes. Fuck buddy. Meaning, when I put her in that role, is she gonna accept it with glee and with joy? Is she gonna be ecstatic to be in that role? And is she going to consistently perform in that role for an extended period of time without fucking up, without bitching about it, without doing anything disrespectful? Is she gonna perform admirably in that role? While she's in that role, investment. See, if you're just fucking and a woman actually starts to like you beyond just sex, and she sees value, right? Because there's a difference between a woman wanting a relationship versus a woman wanting a relationship with you. With you, right? She wants one with you. In particular, she wants to be your girl, right? She wants you to be her man, right? Because you will have women, they just want to be booed up. And you will do for them. Okay, oftentimes those relationships are shitty because there's really no value being offered and there's no respect. And a lot of times it's just mainly sexual and it's built on sex. It's not built on anything after the sex, right? So in the beginning, boom, got in a fuck buddy situation, no issues there. She began to like me. The investment part comes from her saying, I want him to take me seriously. I like him. I want him to like me too. So she might start doing things without even me asking her to. Now, let me say this. Let me preface my statement by saying this. I do not expect women to do anything. I have no expectations. Right? The only thing I require is that a woman shows me deference, humble submission, and respect. Beyond that, I have no expectations of women, right? I don't expect sex. I don't expect them to do anything, right? Beyond showing me deference and being respectful, right? When they're in my physical presence. So if a woman and I are fucking and she decides, you know what? I'm going to offer to cook this man some meals. I'm going to take this man out on my dime. When I come by his house, I'm just going to clean up some shit. I'm going to offer to be of assistance if this man ever needs it. Right? There's way more to it than just that. I'm just using those as an example, right? So if I know for a fact that I don't view a woman as someone I might want to date, I'm not going to allow her to do those things. Okay, let me say that shit again. I need you guys to understand. And this is where management comes in and keeping drama out of my life. If I know I don't want to deal with her past sex, I'm not going to let her do those things. And I'm going to let her know, hey, baby girl, you ain't got to do all of that, right? And if she says, I ain't got no problem with it, oh, Carrie, let me do I want to do it for you. Then I'm going to tell her this. Hey, do it at your own risk. But I need for you to understand, you're not somebody that I view a future with. What we're doing right now is about as far as we gonna go. So if you want to do that, cool. But I'm letting you know, ain't nothing else gonna happen, right? So if she want to fold some laundry or make me a dinner or something like that, or make me and bring me some food. Now, when I say make me a dinner, I ain't talking about sitting down and eating a meal with her. I'm talking about she make some shit, and when she come by, she drop off a plate. Right? I have plenty of women do that. You know, put some shit in the Tupperware, drop it off. You know what I'm saying? Or I go to their house, we do the damn thing, and they give me some Tupperware to go, and I'm like, all right, because they know I'm not gonna sit down and eat with them, right? Because I've already set the tone and established this. Not what we do. So they have no problem making me some food and packing it up, and boom, right? And I'm going about my business. All right, so real quick, guys, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this shit up. Like the video. Don't forget, Saturday at 12 Eastern, 11 Central. I mean, 12. I'm getting the times all fucked up. Saturday, 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. The Manhood is a skill set show. Myself, Jay Roman, Mouse Cunningham. Sunday, 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern, the Real Game No Theory podcast. Come through, fuck with your boy. Like the joint. It helps with the algorithm. For those of you, I didn't get done with your questions, or I didn't get to your questions. My bad. Time has run out on y'all niggas. But if you have a question and I didn't get to it, copy and paste that shit or copy that shit. And next Monday, more than likely, I'm going to do another live stream on Monday. By all means, put it in there. Or Saturday when we do the Manhood's Skill Set show. Ask your question in, but do it early. Good night, April. I said April. I'm looking at the other comment. Renee, appreciate you. Danny P, appreciate you. Uncle Guns, No Data, Listo Mendoza, 360 Leaky, Justin Tejada, appreciate y'all. All the questions, appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere fucking with anybody. Appreciate y'all. Have a good evening. Like the